Hello, good morning everyone. Now I want to talk about something that confuses almost everyone when they start learning Salesforce, like profiles, object permissions, field level security, record level security. Yeah. So grab your cup of tea and let's start it. At first, all of this sounds like separate topics, but the truth is they are all part of the same story. They are all about one simple question, like who can see what and who can see what in Salesforce. Yeah, who can do in what in Salesforce, right? And instead of explaining these one by one, like a checklist, let's look at how they actually work together. So let's here. Profile is the base level of access for a user. Every user in Salesforce must have a profile. Think of it as the starting point, and profiles define things like which objects a user can access, and and also what they can do with these objects, and which apps and tabs they can see, right? So when a user logs into Salesforce, their profile answers the question, what am I allowed to do at a basic level? Now, here's where permission sets come in. Permission sets don't replace profiles. They exist them, and instead of creating many different profiles, Salesforce allows you to keep profiles simple and add extra permissions using like permission sets. So permission sets are about like flexibility, and they let you give additional access. Sorry, and they let you give additional access to specific users without changing everyone else. And also, let's talk about, of course, object level permissions. This is about what a user can do with an object. Like, as you can hear, like, can they read it, they create it, or delete it, or edit it, right? Uh, these permissions are defined mainly as row of profiles and permission sets. So object level permissions answer the questions like, what actions can I perform on this object? But object access alone is not enough, because even if two users can access to the same object, they don't necessarily need to see the same field. That's where field level security comes in, right? Field level security controls whether a user can see a field and whether they can edit. This again is controlled through profiles and permission sets. So field level security answers the question, which pieces of information can I see or read or edit, right? So you will also see field level security during the field creation. When you create a new field, Salesforce immediately asks like which profiles should see these fields and which should not. So this is just Salesforce helping that you think about security early, because access control is not something you add later. It's a part of the like design, right? And also, let's talk about records level security access, level level access. And even if users have access to the same object and the field, they may not be allowed to see the same record. Record level access controls which records a user can see, right? So this includes things like ownership, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing, right? So record level access answer the question, which specific records am I allowed to access, right? So if you zoom out and look at the big picture, profiles and permission sets define what you can do. And object level permissions define what actions you can take in an object. And field level security is like it defines what data you can see or like edits. And record level access defines like which records you can access. All of these work together, and this is why Salesforce security can feel like confusing at first. But once you understand the layers, everything starts to make sense. So here's a question. Why this matters for app builders? As an app builder, understanding this model is extremely important because your job is not just to build functionality, right? It's to make sure the right people have the right access, no more and no less, right? So security in Salesforce is not one setting. It's a system.